I felt so emotionally disconnected from my wife that it drove me to self-harm, and my attempts to support her only pushed her further away. Now, am I wrong for considering this? I've been with my wife for nearly 7 years, and we've been married a little over 2. Everything changed last year when I got a job in my hometown in Europe. We moved from the US in November, leaving behind everything. My wife, who's originally from South America, came with me. Her family is all but gone. Parents passed away, and she only has one sister left, no contact with the rest. She's been a stay-at-home wife for 2 years. Both of us hold PhDs in biology. Since her mom's death in 2019, she hasn't worked. There were a lot of factors that led to this, but I didn't realize at the time how deeply it affected her. When we moved to Europe, things started to fall apart. She barely spoke the local language, and I got caught up in the excitement of being back home, reconnecting with friends, settling into my job, and finishing my dissertation. I completely underestimated her struggles. She was isolated, lost in a foreign country, and I was too busy to notice. She stopped leaving the apartment unless it was with me, just for groceries or to walk the dog. I handled everything for her. Medical appointments, social events, everything. I wasn't perfect, but I really tried. But around March, things took a turn. She started lashing out at me for the smallest things, screaming that I didn't care about her, that I wasn't seeing her pain. If I said anything wrong or didn't do enough, it turned into days of guilt-tripping and endless arguments. She's called me every name under the sun, an idiot, a failure, even worse. Words that, if I ever used toward her, would destroy her. But I've never said them. I couldn't. Home became unbearable. Every conversation felt like walking on eggshells, waiting for the next explosion. I know she's frustrated, and part of it is my fault, but I'm so emotionally drained. At one point, I was in such a dark place that I tried to self-harm. I ended up in a mental clinic for 2 weeks. Nothing I do seems to help anymore. Here's the worst part. She's here on a marital visa and has spent almost all of her savings, about $12,000, on us, especially my medical bills. I can't pay her back right now, and if I leave, I wouldn't push for a divorce. She could stay here if she wants, but I don't make enough to support 2 households. If I get help from my family, I could pay for her trip back to South America and send her some money monthly until I repay her. But she has nothing waiting for her back home either. I feel completely stuck. I love her deeply. I can't keep living like this. The guilt, biting, the feeling that no matter what I do, I'm still hurting her. Would it be if I ended this relationship and left her, even if it means she might be left in misery? Edit 1. Clarify. I never asked her for money except for my surgery last year. She claims I owe her between $25,000 and $50,000. My grad student salary in the US was only $1,900 a month. We lived off that, and she sent money to help with expenses, including her own cigarettes, which cost $200 to $300 a month. I'm responsible for the money that was spent on me. But I don't think I'm fully responsible for everything we spent together. Edit 2. I know I messed up when we first moved here by not helping her adjust better. She had moved continents before, so I thought she'd handle it. I've tried to fix it. I took on more at home, made efforts to spend time together. Her constant negativity wears me down. We made this decision together. I would have moved for her if she got a job somewhere else. Right now, I make €3,500 after taxes, and after covering our bills and debts, we barely save anything. We started here with nothing, and I spent what little we had left to finish my degree after things fell apart with my US supervisor. I just don't know how much more I can take. So, here I am, stuck in a place where my emotional neglect has hurt my wife deeply, and my own feelings of estrangement have led me to self-harm. I'm torn between wanting to help her and feeling overwhelmed by the constant turmoil. What do you think? Should I end our relationship to stop the suffering? Or is there a way to salvage what we have left? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Really appreciate hearing your perspective.